Today we are going to share all of our favorite parks in Salem, Oregon, because spring is in the air. It's just about to be springtime. And we work with a lot of relocation clients. So basically what that means is I'm just adjusting my headphones here. We work with a lot of people who are moving to our area, Salem, Oregon, or anywhere in the surrounding areas from all over. We love it. If that's you, by the way, feel free to reach out. We love to work with you as well. But we work with a lot of people that are relocating to our area, and many of them have never been to the area. Many of them never do come to the area or see the house they're buying until after they've already closed on it. So we've got all the systems in place to make everything go as smoothly for them as possible, and so that there are no surprises when they get here. But the reason I'm saying all this is because a question that we get asked a lot as realtors who work with a lot of relocation clients is, what is there to do in the area? A lot of them are people who, some of them never come here until after they close, but some of them decide to do a little trip here before they decide to move here, so they kind of get a feel for like what area they like best, where they want to live, if they're able to do that. And a big question that they ask us is, while we're visiting to scope out the areas, where should we go? What are some restaurants, sides of town, parks that we should check out? So today is all about the parks. We're going to share all the parks. I'm so excited because right now in Oregon, it is the sunniest. It's a crisp 60-degree sunny day, and I'm so happy about it.
What type of parks are we talking? Are we talking like state parks or kids or local play structures? What do you think?
This is more like parks to just enjoy. Like most of them are parks for families, like playgrounds, but they pretty much all are just beautiful places. Whether you want to go have a picnic, you want to go take a nice walk. A lot of them have walking trails, so we will just all of it.
Okay.
The whole
cool.
thing.
Awesome.
Okay. So the first park, this is called Let's All Play Park, and I didn't.
How have I never heard of this?
You have. I didn't know that was the name.
Let's All Play Park.
We go there a lot, but I didn't know that was the name either. I didn't know it had a name.
The one by the hospital?
It is the hospital park.
That sounds
I call
like
it the
a
hospital park
name.
because it's literally right next to the Salem Hospital. It's
okay.
downtown Salem, and it's a great park. So this one is more only for if you have children. There's not necessarily the walking trails and everything else here, but this is a really, really great playground.
Can I share a funny story about this park?
Sure.
It just happened to me.
Oh no, what happened?
Like 2 weeks ago. Mariah's gone. She's at breakfast with some friends, so I bring Astrid down to the park. It's a beautiful morning. Kids are playing, laughing, whatever. We're good. But I figured it would be nicer to be at a park by a hospital because my brother just gave birth. Not my brother giving birth, but his wife just had a baby. So my niece was born. Mistakenly, I was at the wrong hospital the whole time, and I wanted to go to the hospital that had a park by it, so Astrid and I could wait, so we could have our turn in the visiting room. I get the call, Spence, you can come up and see the baby. And I walked the whole proximity of Salem, Oregon's hospital. And that took me probably 40 minutes with the toddler, and that was fun.
Oh, my gosh.
But they have a great park, and I believe a great use for it. Moral of the story is, while you're waiting for somebody in the hospital.
That's true. It is great, or just not. I mean, I never go.
Yeah,
I never go to the hospital. That was a very rare occurrence, and we go to this park all the time. It's not, just to be clear, it's not like you don't have to be going to the hospital to go to the park. We go here all the time. It's a great park.
Yeah.
Love it.
And in the summertime, like what I really love is like there's these water pumps.
Oh yeah.
It's like a well, basically, an old school well. You pump it and water comes out. Kids just love that, and it's a great park for adults even. There's like workout cycles there and stuff. So have you ever seen that section of it?
I have. I've never thought to use them.
Oh yeah.
No one's ever used them.
Like an elliptical, handmade elliptical. There's a crunch bar.
What
thing.
I like about it is that it's fully fenced.
Yeah, it's safe.
Just feels good. I don't know. It's just a good area. It feels nice. There's lots of nature around, but it's fully fenced. It's a big area. Like it's a lot bigger than most of the other playgrounds. It's kind of spread out. You got the squishy floor for the kids.
I think that's the memorable part.
Not
Squishy floors.
Bark chip.
No bark chips.
I know bark chips are annoying
So when it's
you have
raining,
like really little kids. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Makes
it's
it nice.
It's a good place. The second park, this one is for everybody. It is the Keizer Rapids Park. So I always forget about this. They have a really great playground, like huge area, multiple play structures.
One of the biggest parks
It's
I would say around.
all
personally.
fenced in. But then on top of that, they have beautiful walking trails. They have a big field. They've got what is it? Volleyball? No, there's some sort of net for some sports activity.
It's
I don't
probably
know what it is.
volleyball or tennis.
There's sand.
Yeah,
There's
it'd be
sand.
volleyball.
So there's a few
sand
different
volleyball.
things.
Beach
like
volleyball. There you go.
Yes, there's picnic tables, but I really like the walking trails because it's a really nice
Yeah,
walk.
yeah.
It's really pretty. I'm pretty sure there's like a river.
Oh yeah,
flowing through
yeah.
it.
It's right next to the Willamette River. So if you got a boat, jet skis,
Yeah.
a lot of people will put in here in Keizer, and then they'll
Oh, yeah.
drive them all the way down to like Riverfront, downtown Salem. The river you can get there. It's unbelievable. So there is a boating dock, which is great. There's the walking trails. There's one of the best dog parks I
Yes.
believe in Salem.
It's the only fenced dog park in Salem, I think.
There we go.
Here, it's in Keizer, but it's at this Keizer Rapids Park. But then also they have isn't that where they have an amphitheater?
There is an amphitheater,
Uh-huh.
but then if that's not even good enough, you got baseball fields on top of one of, I believe, the funner playgrounds around. Is that a word, funner?
Yes, it's
Most
a great playground.
fun playground because it's so big. They have
Yeah.
the toddler area, got a baby area, but then they also have like the older kids area too,
Yeah.
which I believe it's safe. There's always great parents there.
Yeah.
I've never had a problem with anybody else.
There's a lot going on. Great place. Okay, we have Wes Bennett Park. This is what I would say is probably one of the nicest parks in South Salem. It's nice because a lot of the nice parks are closer to downtown area. This one is like super, super south. So if you're located,
Is this a hillside park?
it's the one we used to go to when we lived in our townhouse.
Okay, cool. Yeah. By an
It's
elementary
in a
school.
really great neighborhood. You're surrounded by just great, well taken care of area, convenient area, but it's just super south. So if you're on that far end of Commercial Street where I don't know how else
Kubler.
to describe it besides south. It's very south on Commercial. But it's a great park because it has two playgrounds, an older kid playground, a toddler playground. It has a little mini basketball court area, a giant field, and then it also has a splash pad in the summer, which is fun. So it's
Right.
and some, picnic tables. It's a great park. Okay. We have Bush Park. This is a well-known park in Salem. I would say one of the most beautiful. You can't beat the walking trails. There's a lot of areas to walk. It's really pretty, especially in the fall is my favorite time to go here because all those just beautiful big trees and just the area. It's really beautiful. So there is a playground, but then there's also tons and tons of walking trails here. Picnic tables.
Here's one of the cool things that I believe the instructors of these parks, but the big master plan of the longevity of these parks is nature, bringing in Oregon as one of the most exciting views year round, but also keeping it very clean. That's something I notice, and if you understand this common theme we keep relating to you guys, the majority of these parks always have a walking trail or a bike lane. So whether it's in fall, summer, dogs, you're outside getting nature and the greenery and the importance I believe Oregon provides for its residents. And that is something that I just have always admired about the master plan of the surroundings of the parks, whether you're a toddler, you're a 40-year-old, whether you're retired wanting to take a afternoon stroll, it doesn't matter. They're all just available for all age groups and categories.
Yes. And that's one thing that I love about living in Salem, and specifically though, is we have just, a very short drive away, so many different parks to choose from to go hang out in, either go on a walk, or if you have kids, to let your kids play at. And I know a lot of other towns that are similar in size to Salem or smaller, they only have, one, two, maybe parks, and they really just don't compare. We have great parks here. So that's all I have to say about that. Riverfront City Park.
Can't beat it.
Yeah, you've got
Can't beat it.
it connects now to Minto Brown. So you have 2 different bridges you can walk over. Great place to go for a walk. Lots of walking trails. Great playground. You have a carousel. Tons of grassy area with a pretty view. In the summer, there's always people there having picnics. There's people playing Frisbee. It's just a busy place to be. We've got the ice cream man there, or the ice cream man, but there's multiple ice cream carts with selling things, and all summer long there's events happening, family-friendly events, concerts at night, all kinds of things happening. So it's a good park to go to.
I believe it's that park that unites everybody. And what I mean by that is it's uniting West Salem, it's uniting South Salem, it's uniting Southeast Salem. And it's through all of these walking trails. The double bridges is a really good help. But it's one of those things that just, it creates like this camaraderie between, it doesn't matter if you live in West Salem, South Salem, Southeast Salem. Unfortunately, Northeast Salem, you're a little far.
Yeah.
But
that is one thing they're lacking is good parks.
Well, it's just connecting. Riverfront is what I'm talking about right now. It connects people. And if you want to spend the full day at the park or on multiple hiking trails or biking trails, it's doing it for you, and it's available. And it's one of those things where people really can be out and about all day, and you just won't get tired or bored, because everywhere you go, you either have a river spot, you got a front greenery spot, you got playgrounds, you got wooded areas, you got swampland. So you can really create your own little path too, because they have maps, and it's quite unbelievable.
Also, just to add here, Riverfront Park, I just looked it up because it's really big. It is a 23-acre park located along the Willamette River. And another thing I love about that park in particular is that because it's right there downtown, you are able to easily, if you can find a parking spot, park by a coffee shop downtown.
Oh, yeah.
And then
that's usually
you
what
can
we do.
walk there with your coffee, which is just so convenient. So, okay, we have Minto Brown Island Park. This is another one that, gosh, I should probably look up how big that one is, because I know it's a long.
Is this
lot
one
of
of the
trails.
biggest ones?
Yeah, I think so.
Here in
Let me look it
Salem?
up here.
Now, here, I know you guys as our audience, you might be viewing these parks. You might Google these parks before you end up going there. My recommendation is you're going to Google Minto Brown, and you might hear some stories. You might hear some news stories. The reality is things do happen at this park and have happened in the past. I mean, for instance, my car was broken into at one point because they have multiple parking lots. It's that big. But what I'm saying is it's not as bad as maybe you read on Google. Everybody has their horror story, or a news outlet does. Things do happen. Okay, I'm not denying that things have happened at this park. Usually later in the evenings. Yeah. I would not go here after dark.
I would never.
There's no street light.
No. There's no lights. I would never go to this park, or probably really any
The
park
majority.
alone at night, especially. So obviously use common sense, but there are people, if you're not familiar with this park, because I've heard from other people that like, oh, it's a dangerous park, don't go there.
And that's what I'm just
We
trying to
go
say.
there all the time, and I can tell you from personal experience, there is constantly families there. There's elderly people. There's young people. You're going to find, birthday parties. You're going to see people running, people riding their bikes, families riding their bikes, little kids. Like, there is constantly people there, and especially like families, young kids. It is a safe place to go, but obviously use common sense, and I wouldn't walk around in the woods by myself at night anyway. So just, use your brain. So
use your best judgment.
But it is Minto Brown Highland Park spreads out over 1,200 acres of lush, open, wooded areas. What? So this makes Minto Brown Park not only the biggest park in Salem, but, hold on, I got to open this here to get to, I want to see this next sentence. But also larger than Central Park in New York City. Wow. So that's pretty crazy. I mean, like I said about our parks, I just feel super lucky to get to have access to a 5-minute drive away, so many different parks like that are great, amazing parks that just not a lot of towns have. Okay. So this next one is Oregon State Capitol Park. It's really great place we used to go rollerblading here when we were younger. It's a really great place to go for a walk.
Is this where the light gardens are?
Yes.
And then there's in the summertime there's the water features. And,
yes.
okay.
They've got a good, splash pad playing area. Oh yeah, Riverfront has a great splash pad for kids as well in the summer. But this is a great place to just go hang out. I've had lots of great picnics here with friends in the summer. There's again, it's in the big grassy area. There's just a lot going on, whether people hanging out, playing frisbee, whatever's going on. Beautiful flowers. It's just a good.
And you can't talk
area.
about this location without mentioning Willamette University.
Yeah, it's
Willamette's going to be right it's going to be south of the capital, so you're just going to head south. It's a street over. And once again, you have some luscious ground there. The quad is so amazing. You'll see people running, reading books, throwing frisbee, maybe laying with the dog, whatever, doing homework. But it's one of those things, the walkability of it is just really unbelievable. And then also, if you don't drive, there's bus lines that connect, I believe, to every one of these parks we just mentioned.
There is,
which is unbelievable. We don't even need to get into Oregon transportation on this show, but today at least, we are so blessed, is what we're saying, and the walkability is definitely there. You can go to literally 4 different parks in a matter of hours just walking in one radius downtown Salem.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. All right. Well, any other parks you want to add?
No. Maybe we do like a state park next time around.
Yeah.
This were more family-friendly oriented parks, okay?
Yeah.
But state parks, Oregon, like I said, they just have such good, I guess, use or eyesight of our nature and beauty, and we just know how to use it. So maybe we do some Silver Falls talk here soon.
Sounds good. All right. Well, thank you for hanging out with us today. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell because we come on here every single week with new videos, and we will see you guys next week.